A girl kindly offered her umbrella to a stranger, only to watch as the woman transformed into a monster over 10 meters tall. Her legs shook with fear, and she couldn't bring herself to look the creature in the eye.
엄마가 빨리 오래서 먼저 가볼게요.
She quickened her pace, trying to escape the monster before it could catch up. She managed to rush into a nearby shop. The shop owner handed her some chocolate, suggesting it might help calm her nerves. The girl ate it, but she was still shaken. She'd heard stories about strange creatures in the area, but she never thought she'd actually come face to face with one. After resting for a few minutes, she left the shop. As she neared home, she brushed past a woman in white.
안녕하세요. 엄마, 나 왔어.
The woman in white walked off, eventually sitting alone at a midnight bus stop. Her eerie and disheveled appearance caught the eye of a man nearby. Just as he was about to leave, he heard a sharp knocking sound. He turned around, but the noise had vanished. Confused, he shrugged and walked away, but the woman in white didn't stay still. She began tapping her fingers against the seat. Day after day, the woman in white returned to that bus stop, continuously tapping the seat with her fingers. The man couldn't help but be curious and often tried to strike up a conversation, but the woman was always cold and distant, rarely responding. One rainy evening, the man offered his umbrella to the woman, urging her to take a cab home before the storm got worse. She looked up at him, her gaze piercing.
지금 좀 추운데 집이 가깝다고 했죠?
And before he could say anything else, she stood up, grabbed her suitcase, and started following him, her movements unnervingly fast. The kind-hearted man didn't know how to refuse, so he ended up taking her home. But strange things started to happen. The woman insisted he not turn on any lights. She dragged her suitcase into the room, water from the rain dripping off her, soaking the floor. Panicking, the man grabbed a towel and handed it to her to dry off. But when she reached for it, he noticed something terrifying. Her fingernails were growing from the pads of her fingers, not from the tips. His body trembled in horror as he realized she wasn't human. Trying to stay calm, he made a break for the door, but as he rushed to escape, her suitcase toppled over. She blocked his way, and before he knew it, his life was over. After the man's tragic death, a young boy encountered the woman in white on the street. The kind-hearted boy offered her his umbrella. She, in turn, asked if she could come to his house to escape the rain. The boy agreed, and they walked off together, side by side under the same umbrella.